Okay, so hi, my name is Yemi. I'll try to make this short, yeah? So, first thing I'll do is look up the form they filled and what questions they answered on the form. For instance, in my children education program I currently close for, basically in that offer, we ask them questions like the names, subjects, say one improvement, um, names of the spouses, right? How much time they've got to support their kids, stuff like that. If they've got private home tutors, number of kids they've got, and then we implement this on the sales call. Basically, talk about this on the sales call. So what I'll do on smart tutoring is also similar. I basically look at the answers to these questions and then implement these answers on the sales call. That's what I basically do. So what I'll simply do is also research about these individuals, the parents, right? So when I got on the sales call, I'm telling them what I know about them based on what they feel on the phone. I'm telling them what I know about them based on the research I've done about them. I'm telling them what I know about them based on their current struggles and the struggles of their kids. And these things will sort of break the ice, right? It would also ease them into the conversation. It would create a room for me to qualify them for what we've got. It also builds rapport and it also helps them to know what the shoe pinch is and it determines the kind of questions I ask them on the sales call. So on the sales call, I'd use a yes or no framework and also use my sales script, right? So I've got a sales script that I basically use. I'm just going to share that with you in a bit, right? So my sales script is actually this. Uh, so here it is, right? So I'm going to share this with you so you see what it's like, right? So let's get to it. So this is my sales script. It's basically written, fully customized for Smarta tutoring. So I customized this for Smarta tutoring. You could pause and take a look at it. So that's exactly what I did to customize all of this for Smarta tutoring. So, right, I'll use my sales script. Now, to answer the question of a sale that was really difficult to close. So basically, there was this couple who wanted to up on the sales call. They upped on it, and in the midst of the conversation, the husband left the call. So I was left with the wife, and the husband left at the very beginning. So I was left with the wife, and I basically, did everything we could. And at the end of the call, she objected to making payment on the call because her husband wasn't there. She got back to her husband, who objected to it, and one I was basically saying we could do this later. So I basically went back to her, followed up with her, and she eventually made the purchase despite her husband's refusal to make the purchase, right? So I basically did that. And it was pretty difficult to close. I mean, pitching the husband against the wife of some sort, right? Was pretty difficult to close, right? And then I'm happy with a commission-based role because first, that's how you prove your mettle as a sales closer. If you're banking on base, you are not proving a thing. And it's more like cheating the company because who's making the sale you're basically paying for, being paid from, right? So I intend to prove myself, exceed my KPIs. I currently do 50%, I did 50% close rate on my current children offer in my first week, right? So basically, I'm looking forward to crushing it and exceeding the KPIs. And because I am sure of fulfillment with smarter tutoring, I'm also sure that I'm already getting better every day because I take more sales calls on my current children offer right now. So I'm basically going to exceed what I'm doing currently because I am sure of what smarter tutoring is fulfilling for the kids and for the parents. I'm happy to help other parents because I'm a parent myself, right? So I'm really, really zoned in on commission-based selling. That's what I currently do. That's what I've been doing, right, as a closer. So I'm super excited to do that. It's my thing, right? Now, on the issues of how I basically would close, right, for my commission-based role, I'd look for the no, I'd disqualify prospects, I'd up the frame throughout the sales call, I start with a yes or no, I call out the elephants in the room, I show indifference on the sales call and I give them options to go to others if they want to. That's basically me push them away so they push themselves to me. I look for trust, pain, desire, doubt, money, support, and the cost of inaction or urgency on my sales call. Now, the pros and cons with me is basically this. I'm willing to learn more consistently. I've never got to a point where I feel I know it all. Yeah. I'm always willing to adapt and I'm ready to be better than the best, right? I'm always willing to close daily. I've learned from guys like Myron Golden, Anna Corey, and Rich Lavard. So I'm ready to implement what I've also learned from my 5 years of IT of selling. And then recently I bought, say, 3 courses on IT closing. So I know exactly what to do. And I'm currently doing this things on a current children education offer. So I know exactly what to do, and I'm ready to get started. Those are the things I'll implement. Now, I made a former 10 minutes video, which is much more deeper than this, but when this is supposed to be 5 minutes, so that's why I'm rushing this. So my warranty says in my first month, I hit my KPIs and exceed it, and I'm also willing to keep learning. I'm saying this because I know how to sell without selling. I know how to pre-handle objections. I know how to skillfully make prospects qualify themselves to us. I know how to do a 1K close. I know how to take a refundable deposit, and I know how to look for the no on the sales call. So I know how to do these things and so much more. And the single most important thing to do on the sales call is look for the no, right? So these are the pros and cons and the features and the warranty I'm giving. I will exit my KPIs in the first month. So yes, thank you. I'm super excited to get started.